Hi there, my name's Clements and I'm an anxiety counsellor. I work in private practice in South London. Today I wanted to talk to you about how you can help yourselves during Covid-19 and the challenges we face at the moment. Basically what's happening is our brain and body are under a huge amount of pressure. Our brain hates uncertainty, we really dislike threats, danger, we need to be safe. We are not moving as much, we're not connected as much, and we're all going through lots of loss. So our brain and body are under a huge amount of pressure at the moment. But there are a few things that you can do to really help yourself during these times. And what we all want to do is come out of this with our mental, emotional, physical health intact. So things that you can do. Firstly, a routine. So this may seem a bit daft, but a routine is a way that our brain really understands what we're going to do next. It gives us some certainty, it gives us some predictability. So when our brain and body has that, it really helps us to calm down a little bit. So things to think about with a routine are to break it up into the morning, afternoon and evening. So think about a few things that you can do in your morning which are really predictable, really easy to do. So some examples are look after your environment, so just drawing the curtains and making your bed. Our brain really likes it when we achieve small things first thing in the morning, so even doing like little things like that can really help. It's also really nice to work and live in a kind of cleaner, more comfortable environment, so that can be really helpful. Looking after our body, so doing some activities, even if it's just to have a shower, to kind of prepare ourselves for the day. Making sure that we have breakfast, so some people can wake up feeling anxious if they're hungry or if they haven't had enough water, so if they're dehydrated. So if we make sure that we're having our breakfast, feeding ourselves, looking after our body, that can be really helpful too. What it's also really good to think about is clothes that you wear. So I don't know about you, but I love joggers on a Sunday afternoon and in the evening, and pyjamas till whatever time I can get away with on a Saturday. But during the week, it can really affect my mood if I'm like more kind of comfortable and slouchy during the day, if I'm wearing kind of those kind of clothes. So really think about the clothes that you wear in the morning because that can really affect your mood. And lastly, think about how much caffeine you're having. Now, I don't want to take your caffeine away from you. I love a good cup of coffee myself. But we're not moving as much as we were. We might have a little bit more of a need for less caffeine. Unfortunately, caffeine mimics some of the anxiety symptoms in our body, so if we have too much, it can make us feel anxious. Afternoon, so think about connecting more and movement more. We are social beings, we need to be connecting with people, so even if you're working from home, you're on conference calls, just checking in to see how people are is really helpful. Also, movement really matters. We are creatures that need to move, and we're really not moving as much as we used to. So again, if you're working from home, try scheduling meetings on Zoom for 50 minutes rather than an hour. Put some regular breaks in your diary so you can move at least a little bit, or do some regular stretching. That can be really helpful. Then in the evening, if you're homeschooling or working from home, try and have a ritual that changes between your afternoon and your evening. So for me, I'll put my laptop away, all my paper, turn all the lights off in the room that I work in, and then go and get changed into some different clothes. I put those joggers on because that signals to my brain and body that there's a change in routine. I'm doing something different now. It's my time to relax. And then the other thing that's really helpful for evenings is to plan ahead of things to do. So whether it's connecting with people on Zoom, whether it's a good old Netflix binge, if it's that podcast you wanted to listen to, reading a book, chilling out, just doing some things that feed you, that nourish you. If we don't plan ahead, the problem is that we may fill that void with news, social media, and that can really affect our mood. A few caveats to having a routine. Everybody needs to have their own routine and adapt it to their own energy levels. At the moment, I'm filming this in week 5 of lockdown, and our energy levels are going up and down. The first few weeks of lockdown, it's really natural to have lots of adrenaline and to be quite kind of pumped and have lots of energy and yes, we can do this. But by about week 3, 4, 5, our energy levels can really drop, our motivation levels can drop. We can go into a more of a low mood. So we need to adapt our routine to our energy levels. We need to be a little bit more kinder to ourselves. If we haven't got the energy to do the things that we would usually do, then we need to kind of pull back a little bit and give ourselves more of those nurturing things. Second caveat is it doesn't matter if you've got the most beautiful routine in the world. If you feed yourself news first thing in the morning, throughout the afternoon and all the evening, then your brain will be focused on the news. And where focus goes, anxiety can sometimes go. If we feed our brain news throughout the day and social media, then we will have a lot of anxiety. Now, as much as I would love to feed my body pizza and ice cream throughout this lockdown time, as much as I'd love lots of carbs, I'm not going to do that because I know I'm going to become unwell. Similarly with my brain, I'm not going to feed myself lots of social media and lots of news because I know that is also going to affect my brain, my body. So like I say, routine. Think about what you can do in the morning, afternoon, evening. You can switch it up each day. You can have a different routine on the weekend. But the idea is not to make yourself so busy and productive. It's to ensure that your brain has something to look forward to knows that it's going to happen. It creates some certainty, and that's something we all really need at the moment. And I hope that was helpful. I've been writing some blogs on Covid-19 anxiety, all about how to help your brain, your body and your emotions. If you'd like to check it out, it's at sticksandstonescounselling.co.uk. Thanks very much.